And here it comes. And that's outside. And that is ball one. That's down and in. 2 outs. And they'll do it again. The wind to the pitch.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Two down, nobody on. Muncy hits one in the air. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. Through 4. And we're back. Top 5, Jon Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Ozzie Albies. And that one fouled off.
You know, these Braves showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They haven't produced a run yet, but the pitch count for the starter is starting to climb, so they're hoping that starts to pay off soon.
And there's a foul ball. And a pitch. That one in the dirt, and that's ball 2.
And I think they're in a good spot thanks to their pitching, but no one would be shocked if this offense strings something together to take the lead.
Got it by him for the K.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Marcell Ozuna next up for the Braves. Fastball for a strike. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. There's a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2. One down, base is empty. And that's outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That missed by a lot. Ball 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it, and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split-finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
Duvall batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. That's off the mark, and now it's even 1-1. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
To the bottom of the 5th. And here comes Tommy Edman. The pitch. In the air, right field. And Acuna able to make the grab. And a quick out, number 1. So digging in, James Outman grounded out his first time. Bunt attempt, popped up. Snags it for the second out. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Hernandez in the box now. No balls and a strike. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Brings it in, and the inning is over. Back here in L.A., all set for the top of the sixth. Here's Sean Murphy. And a swing and a miss there.
This isn't a pitcher that softens up when he starts to show signs of fatigue. I mean, his stuff stays sharp. Makes these at-bats more difficult than they normally would be against other pitchers at this stage of the game.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
So the batting order turns over. Michael Harris next up for the Braves. And it's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Now move to first, and he's back in on a dive. At the plate, Orlando Arcia. Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-0. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Throw over to first, and he dives back in safely. Late with the swing there.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Just misses there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Here goes the runner. Got him swinging. Throw is low, and he can't pick it. Here's Acuna now. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Up and in, ball 1.
Okay.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
And it's second. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Had him way out front of the slur. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. And we still have no score. Bottom of the 6th inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Miguel Rojas. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Dodgers definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. One thing that stands out looking over the numbers is the amount of outs they have on the first pitch of the at-bat. They've given away too many at-bats with easy outs.
And that's in the dirt. And the count 1-2.
I'd really like to see him make an adjustment. Get more patient and start waiting for that right pitch. Not just the first pitch. I think that could make a big difference in this one.
And that one is lifted in the air. Harris racing after it. Got it. Nice grab. And there's one away. Back to the top of the lineup. And now it's Mookie Betts. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. And a base hit right there. So a man aboard now with one away.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. Swung on, belted. That's back. Makes the catch up against the wall. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Now in for the Braves, Matt Olson. The right-hander back to work. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big-time velo on the bump and big-time pop at the plate.
Struck him out looking. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting himself in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Riley up to the plate for the 3rd time as he looks at 1 down low. Base is empty, 1 away here in the late stages of game 2. Next offering is in for a strike. Late on that fastball.
He got away with 1 there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Base hit center field. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
All over that one right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
And a pitch. In there at the knees. Strike 1.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
And there's a hit. And a go-ahead run into scoring position. 1 away.
Now, just a nice job.
And here comes the Dodgers manager. Pitching change coming. Clayton Kershaw comes on.
Number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
Now. And now it's going to be Marcell Ozuna. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Grounder might be 2. Throws to first in time.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to 3rd, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Adam Duvall at the plate. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. And that's in there at the knees. With the go-ahead run at 3rd, here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering is in for a strike. And a swing and a miss. They miss a big chance to take the lead here late. 2 left for Atlanta, and we're still knotted at 0. Welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Waste no time there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
The batter now will be Will Smith. And a sac bunt here. Olsen steps on the bag, and that's an out on the sacrifice.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened. So you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Here comes Max Muncy. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes Freddie around third. He will score, and they take the lead. 1-0.
Big RBI for him right there. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Down. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman. In the dirt, and no movement on the bases. It's ball one. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with one gone. Manager out of the dugout now. And now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Joe Jimenez.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
Now at the plate, James Outman. And that one fouled off. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
Got him. Now 2 out. So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Kike Hernandez.
All right.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. And that is the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. This is welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brusdar Graterol.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter into the 0-2 count. You're up there at the plate. You got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. And now the center fielder, Michael Harris. In there at the knees for a strike. That one misses, and that's ball one. Trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that's a strike.
Triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
And a base hit right there. And that puts the tying run on base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
0-1. The shortstop takes the ball with a single base runner. because of all the power. They are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Graterol checks on first, and he's back safely. At the belt and fires. Runner on the go. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
Right through there for a strike. Typically the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up. Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
And there's a ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Runner on the move. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Harris leads off first with 2 down to the inning. The 2-2. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Edman going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. Home half of. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll in. To the bottom of the 8th, Aaron Bummer.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And that one is lifted in the air. Makes the catch for the out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now batting.
Here's Mookie Betts. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Bomber deals. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Man at first, 1 away. Left field. Lays it out of bounds, and it eats him up.
Back-to-back base hits. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for base hit.
And the batter now, Freddie Freeman. Off the mark there. And that is ball 1. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Headed for the plate. Throw into third.
Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. That one fouled off.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Puts a bunt down. Albies now 2 away as they get a run across.
Throws safety squeeze can be tough to defend, especially with a good runner at third. You can't risk trying to be home.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Dylan Lee.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now this is in the air down the line. Acuna has it sized up. And that is that. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Game 2 heads to the 9th inning. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Braves nothing. Here at Dodger Stadium, we go to the 9th, and now it's Atlanta's cleanup hitter, Matt Olson. Up and in, and it's 1-0. That one missed.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
Yeah, there's ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Riley, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And that's in the dirt.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch. Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
2-1 now. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Albies can't hold up, and that's a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Next offering upstairs. The tying run at the plate. And 1-2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play. But when you swing through that one breaking ball that puts you up against the ropes with 2 strikes, you think he's either going to double up or try to blow a fastball by you with the next pitch. Right there, he snapped off another curve. It was the same result as the pitch before.
2 on, 1 out. Marcell Ozuna now at the plate. That puts the zone. That's strike 1.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Right through there for a strike. Tying run at the plate. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Right-hander kick steals. Connect on the curveball, struck him out.
No, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
So it's their last chance in this one. Adam Duvall getting ready to hit. And fouled off. 2 on, 2 outs. And a curve misses outside. They're down to their final strike.
1 and 2.
Phillips is just 1 strike away. Wouldn't chase that time.
3 and 2.
In the dirt. Runners hold tight, but it's a full count now. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Righty to the plate, and he walked him.
Good patience to take that walk and keep the line moving, and it sets up a critical at bat coming up with the bases loaded here.
Now the catcher up to hit, Sean Murphy. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. Ball 1, no strikes.
1 and 0.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Hit hard, that gets through. Fires it to the plate. And he's in there as they score a pair on the play.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So the So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Alex Vesia.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Pitch misses there. Ball 1.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the dirt, but kept close. No advance. Good job behind the dish. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Now he steps off and looks it back to second. Two outs.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Orlando Arcia next to bat for the Braves. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one is over.
This is what you call taking care of business. When you've got home field advantage and you win the first 2 games of the series, that's what you come to the ballpark to do. They've worked hard to get to this point. Now they're in the driver's seat. We'll see how they do once this series continues. But so far, they've set the tone.
Not a ton of offense to chat about as we look at the final numbers, but this was a good one.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game, Boog, but sometimes those can be the best, especially this time of year.